We're in orbit over Cascadia, Captain.
যা, এটা ভুল হয়ে গেল তো।
You go on. I'll see you out in the wilderness.
Fuck. Oh shit, man. Let's see. Yeah, I think we made a mistake. Let's see. Caves, huh? How will I understand caves? Caves. Oh, oh. Please tell me they're there itself.
Well, this is the spot. You know, I thought I'd beat, but the first night, Monarch folks often joke about it. Not because of the smell or the grittiness it leaves in your throat. It's because there's no escape but here. We hold in 4 of us and Clara, her little sister. More like attached at the hip to her older sister. She had a head for numbers, helped us trade hides. Clara, Hayes, and... Here they come!
Hold up. Sorry guys, it's just... What? Yep, she went down like that.
Cannot sanitize that contaminant. Analysis of effort. Wrong tool for the job. Plasma cannot sanitize that contaminant. Substance is resistant to further effort. Plasma cannot sanitize that contaminant.
ये बच्चा और गाय मारा हाथ हाँ तो माता का सिखाई नहीं लोकदर गाय हाथ इधर नहीं hey come on
Analysis of excellent. Behind you. Cannot sanitize that contaminant. Leakage detected. Substance is resistant to cleaning efforts. Plasma cannot sanitize. Preparing body bag for use.
अरे harmful effects है तो इसमें ना
Analysis of efforts. Wrong tool for the plasma. Cannot sanitize that contaminant.
how
Don't forget to wash your wounds. Good news, customer. All germs and contaminants have been neutralized.
bro this guy is like spitting with fucking wanted accuracy this guy sorry this gal oh shit
I wish these were more auspicious circumstances, but at least we're all here.
yeah you went out
This
quite easily
bringing them together,
you idiot
burying them. This is the kind of thing Hayes would have done. That makes it stupid. By all accounts, we should have left well enough alone, but that also makes it right. Captain, thank you. You mind if we rest a spell before we head out? I'd like to bury Opal and Clara proper before I lay everyone's medallion.
अरे भाई
Nicely done. Dead center. Next round's on you.
Shh, the captain's coming. Put your gun away. Act casual.
Oh, yes. This'll about do. That's a mighty clean weapon. Yep. Ain't no call for a closer inspection by anybody.
Bro. Anyway. Wait, ma. Hmm.
Destination reached. Scylla.
Ah.
Got a fight on.
You make it 30, Sean brings it up.
Down they go. Everyone all right?
What have the solar winds deposited on my doorstep now? Just more dirt and debris? Or do you actually believe you are here seeking the truth?
Ah.
I must admit, I tire of the truth seekers. Mayhaps you're here to rob me? That would be so much more exciting.
We've been told this was once yours. I believe the knowledge within here contains the answers I seek. Answers that will free men's minds from toil.
I can translate it, but it won't do you any good. I can see you are a man in a hurry, and the insights in that book would take you years of study to fully comprehend.
I've spent my life in contemplation. I believe my mind is prepared to receive the truth.
There is one way that can speed up the process. It involves a combination of several ingredients, some of which can be fatal. It is not for the faint of heart or the unprepared. A crass way to put it, but yes, chemicals that can expand or destroy the participant's consciousness. And I believe he may be right. There is both violence and peace warring inside you, Max. This process would be extremely tenuous for one such as yourself.
I'm committed, no matter the cost.
All right. Head on into the meditation room and partake of the sacramental...
doing this. You've been fighting against the world since before you left home. Haven't you figured out yet that the more you fight, the more pain you cause yourself?
Mother, you're dead. You can't be here. I knew this was too good to be true. These are just cheap hallucinogens that have... What's happening to my voice? Does my voice sound weird to you? And what's wrong with your face?
Danger! Harmful vapors can lead to permanent brain damage.
ইরি তুই তো রোবট তোর কি করে হয় ভাই
We are obviously the victims of a tasteless joke being perpetuated. Perpetrated? I mean, we're being made fools of, aren't we? When I
আরে
get
আর
out of
আমাকে
here,
কি জিজ্ঞেস করছিস
I'm going to show that hermit what you get for messing with me.
calm down, calm down.
Maximilian, always ready to give up, to lash out, always searching for answers, but always in the wrong place, never looking inside himself.
Danger! Harmful vapors can lead to permanent brain damage.
And platitudes from a figment of my imagination, no less.
Who said I wasn't a figment of your mind? But you know the truth. You don't need someone else to tell you. You've always known it. Everyone knows it. They just won't see it. We're overwhelmed with stories from our earliest days. The stories others tell us, and the stories we tell ourselves. These stories are how we try to make sense of our lives, but they are not real, are they? They're just stories. You need to drop your story and see the truth.
Danger! Harmful vapors can lead to permanent brain damage.
Fuck you.
If you insist, you must give up your fantasy of control and embrace the chaos of life. Whether you resist or not, it will take you wherever it wants, more assuredly than even the fictional architects plan your slave away to prove.
No, that's not true. The basis of everything is order, not chaos. It's true, I know it is. So did you. Why are you denying it? Before you died, the plan made you happy.
No, it didn't. I made myself happy. There's nothing holding you back but you. If you can't understand that, you will never understand anything. Goodbye, Maximilian.
This is basically his
This whole
subconscious speaking to him.
It's just a farce, right? Just my own brain working against me? You couldn't be more right. Hello, Max. What? Who? Why do you look like me? Are you me?
This guy has a lot of layers, man.
I'm who you think you are. I am disciplined, controlled. I have no doubts. And I don't exist.
I think my eye will
Judge
also show
yourself
up here.
against me your whole life. Why? Why do you berate yourself for not being me? What are you talking about? I can do that.
We can handle this.
Infestation encroaching.
I see you're back with us. Feared we lost you there. Never seen anyone pass out yet stay upright before. Ruined? You seem to be having quite the time. Though I must admit I was a bit concerned when you stripped naked and tried to eat your clothes.
এ ভাই এসব হচ্ছে কবে থেকে
I was joking. You passed out fairly early in the process. Well before I realized What an ignorant fool I've been. Everything is perfect. In a way. Perhaps it's more accurate to say I was asking the wrong questions. Of course there is pain.
So, have you found your answers?
Not so much found as finally listened.
Yes, it is quite the convoluted maze we build for ourselves. It looks like you learned something in there as well.
Of course you were.
Dust accumulation analysis. Thank you, customer Sam.
As always, I am What's I wouldn't say my parents disowned me, strictly speaking. But before they died, they accused me of thoughtlessly abandoning them. I couldn't understand it. I was only trying to make them proud by becoming a better vessel for the plan. I was so certain my
Now, where is Byzantium?
We're now in orbit above Roseway, Captain.
Ah, I remember you. You must have received... Aha. I asked you here because I have a working prototype of the Altinature, Anti-Cleo's very first weapon. The schematics you fetched for me lent themselves well to the creation of the beauty you now possess. Unfortunately, the market's already sat. Given your unlawful...
Something on your mind?
Welcome back. How can I... What? What do you mean? Do you have any... Truthfully, not that I contain the capacity to lie. I had suspected as much. Your neurological impulses spike at unusual and often inappropriate moments. It doesn't take a genius to correlate the meaning, although if I were a human, I would be considered one. I am glad you felt comfortable enough to tell me, Captain. According to my file on the subject, that means you either desire to obtain something from me, or you have formed a partial fondness for my persona. Thank you. I have been keeping a secret as well, but you shall have to discern it yourself. I do not like joking about the captain, Captain. And we both know I am not capable of such a complex emotion. What? No, absolutely not. I have no concept of self whatsoever. Discounting the architecture of a shell persona my captain asked me to construct, I identify entirely as a collection of electrical impulses. I never get bored and contemplate hijacking the ship. I swear. How did you guess, Captain? Did Sam tell you? I should have known better than to confide in such a primitive construct in the heat of the moment.
Now, hold on. What happens if we hit the wall?
Most likely, the bullet will ricochet, which could be bad. Or hilarious. There's a tiny chance of a hull puncture, which would suck us into space one chunk at a time. Bad and hilarious.
Ugh. Just imagining that makes me sick.
That's why we don't miss. Something busted, Cap? Something on your mind? I'm a surgeon by trade. Not much else to know, Captain. No.
Hey, Cap.
We've reached HRS-1084, Captain. It's emitting a very weak docking signal. I almost mislabeled it as normal etheric static.
Think there's a generator somewhere?
Muting volume now.
Sure are a lot of charging automechs. Think there's a generator somewhere?
Muting volume now.
I see you have activated your holographic shroud, Captain. Excellent. Becoming indistinct. A UGL vessel has been tracking our position and just recently...
Roger that. Just as a precaution, I'm sure you won't mind if we turn on the station security system. We hate to leave this... That should have been fixed by now. As you...
The UGL gunship is undocking from the station. They appear to be departing into space.
Nice. I've never been great at de-escalation. Watch your step.
Or C2 5 4 7 grade rated contaminants.
It's done. Now let's go get our money before Sublight sees what a creepy dump this place is. Wait, Chartrand? We've seen that name before, back in Cascadia.
Captain, I wish to offer my commendations for convincing the UDL's gunship to leave HRS-1084. I did not favor the idea of being stripped and sold for parts. Welcome back, Captain. How can I... I'll be here. The groundbreaker has approved our request for docking, Captain. You're free to disembark.
Hey, bounty hunter. You're welcome. Nothing at the...
What can groundbreaker secure? Not much. Anything else?
Finally, a base of our own. Soon we'll have eyes on every corner of the system. Well done, Captain. I heard about that. While my lawyers scratch their heads wondering how we deal with human salvage, I'm leaving the researchers in hibernation. Aside from the automated security, did you meet any resistance at the station? I knew it. They've been shadowing us since Monarch, maybe even longer. I've been less than honest with you. Your assignments weren't strictly about the salvage business. You might have figured that out already. That's right. Up until now, I've kept you in the dark for your protection, and more importantly, mine. But I'd like to think we've earned each other's trust. After the Monarch job, I started connecting the dots. I didn't like the picture. Then what we found at Station 1084 confirmed my fears. You and I have stumbled onto something big. Something none of us were meant to know. Glad to know it, Captain. Ask yourself why a skeleton crew was studying that Alta Vitae gas in secret. Ask yourself why stockpiles were hidden on a planet full of monsters. No, they were hiding something the colony isn't ready to know. Before we go any further, I want you to keep an open mind. Can you do that for me, Captain? Aliens.
I'm talking about aliens. They're the ones responsible for the deaths at 1084, and who knows what else. We have to put a stop to it. I'm saying it's aliens. I'm not asking you to like it. I'm not even asking you to believe it. But I need to act on this threat to the colony, and I can't do...
Well, at least she doesn't expect us to believe it.
This doesn't
Seriously.
feel at all right, Captain. The crew is skeptical. That's good. I don't want you walking into the unknown with blindfolds on. I assume you have questions? If we're gonna see this through, I'll need your trust and... Conspiracy. One carried out with the help of human collaborators, assuming they have... This is an invasion of our very cells. That damned gas is mixing our nucleon with halcyon biology to twist us, change us, make us... Terrific. That go-getter initiative will carry you far in sublight.
If we didn't get the yeah, sarcasm, I think.
Dr. Chartrand is the crooked psychopath behind the gas experiments. She sold out her species, and I need you to put a bullet through her skull. She's a research scientist and a damn good one. Before UDL poached her, she engineered a 0.2% increase in cystipig juiciness.
Isabas.
Now she's doing the same thing with humanity. Her fingerprints were all over Station 1084. You saw what she did to her team. You've got me all wrong. I just want to add savior of humanity to my resume. I've got ambitions outside of this office, you know. Besides, this way Sublight gets first dibs on alien salvage. Do you usually come across innocent people trapped in suspension tanks? Because some of us would call that excessive.
Yeah, well, I was in one of
Remember,
them, so
the
yeah.
tanks were just the shit she left behind. Just imagine the experiments she carted off to her next lab. We're far beyond theories. Chartrand's logs, the gas, the suspension tanks. How much proof do you need? Wake up, Captain.
Wake up,
An
samurai.
invasion needs collaborators working from the shadows. She has access
Man,
to
I
the
just
board,
can't stop
unlimited
laughing,
funds, and a
man.
colony full of sheep.
I've been on so many planets where I didn't see such shit. I don't know, man. She is tripping. But still, I'm open to ideas.
Just think of it as salvaging hope from this. This is your initiation into a future with Sublight. Want to... Well, there's your usual fee. What else do you want? A promotion? It's yours. Even better. I'll owe you one.
Nah, mate.
This keycard will
I
get you
just
through the
kidding with you,
front door
man.
of her Byzantium estate. Don't ask
If
how
you
I
want me
got
to kill
it.
something,
You
I'll kill
might
it.
not like the answer.
Ah, here
By
we go.
now, the other side knows what you're doing. Don't trust anything Chartrand says. She's compromised down to the bone.
Yeah, now we are here. We are going to make... Yeah. I think we have to make another one of those, what do you call it? Decisions. Yes. Okay. Mm, God, hate making choices.
When you need to eat and run, Forced Baked Beans is the only one. A hard cider for a hard life.
Hey, you're back. Had an inkling you'd be back. Thanks, boss. I'll just gather my purse.
Well, this'll be interesting, huh?
Hey, boss. Got a hypothetical for you? You got a friend, see? Somebody you knew when you were growing up. You were close. Then one day, they up and vanished. 5 years go by, they send you a message out of the aether. What's going through your head? Right, forgot about that. Though, shock and disbelief, guy by the name of Clyde Harlow. He was an old friend of mine. Honestly, he was probably my first and longest friend.
Wow.
I just heard from him. Says he wants... The guy just vanished without a trace one day. No goodbye. Clyde was my first friend. I figured the board got... That's what I don't know. Clyde. Clyde's waiting for us on Scylla. What he's doing on an asteroid, I appreciate this, boss. I know you're going out of your way for me.
No.
Not today, Sam. I am not in the mood for a deep clean. Oh, all right. Some culprit, who shall not be named, spilled Rizzo's lemon slap on my console.
Issuing sanitation ticket. Error! Refill printer paper.
Now arriving at Phineas's top secret orbital lab.
I'd clap you on the shoulder if I weren't behind a wall of bulletproof glass. I don't know how you did it, but Hiram Blythe just sent me everything I needed. According to Hiram's message, Minister Clark has ordered a suspicious amount of dimethyl sulfoxide. It's almost as if he's hoarding the colony's remaining supply. Typical elitist, hoarding supplies during a time of scarcity. Once I have those chemicals, we can revive the Hope's colonists and put some decent people in charge. So, good news. You're going to Byzantium and stealing those chemicals. Exciting. Aloysius Clark, Minister of Earth. Virtually every colony requires the presence of a Minister of Earth. Clark is complicit in every one of the board's crimes. Whenever the board issues some new decree, you'll find Clark's signature on the dotted line. Oh, I understand it must seem impossible to you. Infiltrate Byzantium, the crown jewel of the colony, steal a batch of rare chemicals from a heavily guarded estate. In order to do the impossible, you must first divide it into a series of smaller, less impossible tasks. Ah, yes, the details. I'm not about to ask you to rampage through Byzantium trading bullets with the board's agents. We'll have to resort to subterfuge. Carmen Imagawa. She's my contact in Byzantium. Meet her at the... I'm giving you my... Remember... You can trust her if that's what you're asking. Imagawa is the fine... Of course. What's up?
এরম ভাবে তাকানোর কি আছে হ্যাঁ? তুমি এভাবে তাকিও না, আমি কেবেলা হয়ে যাবে। Can I jump and die here?
Notice how our crew's a lot like that crime family from the Masked Marketeer?
Okay, but who's Sam?
Come on, Ellie. Sam ain't people. I guess he can be Chairman Rockwell on that one cameo appearance.
I heard they had an automech read those lines because the actors were afraid of offending the chairman.
What a mess! What a mess!
Hey, Cap.
Please continue. I'm very sorry. এটা কার? আমার তো নয়। সব আমার। ওরা নিয়োকার।
I understand we have decided to continue supporting the outlaw scientist, Dr. Phineas Wells. Welcome back, Captain. How can I... May luck be with you. Of course, as I am sure you are aware, luck...
Come on.
Captain, I'm receiving an urgent docking request.
Greetings from the Halcyon Parcel Service. Delivery is guaranteed within standard margins of certainty. I've got a special delivery for Alex Hawthorne of The Unreliable. With your permission, I'll see it transferred to your... It's a part... This is the Halcyon Parcel Service. We don't deal in packages. With a... Stand by, Captain Hawthorne. An HPS certified distribution technician has deposited the parcel into your cargo hold. They dispense 3 complimentary spritzes of Anti-Cleo's Citrus Squirt Air Freshener. On behalf of thank you for your patience.
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left of the Sprats. I think I'm close to figuring out why. But something dangerous is closer to me. Got the job through one Minnie Ambrose. Top runger who just came into some money, was offering a hefty bid card for qualified help. Trust me, her money's good. Talk to Minnie. Take the job. If I ain't gonna live to see the payday, might as well be you. Consider us even, old pal.
Well, that fellow certainly seemed trustworthy.
I've gotten jobs from some unusual sources, but this is a first. Congratulations, Captain.
I don't mean to sound prim, Captain, but there's gotta be a better way to ask someone to do you a favor.
I just want to say, we gotta take this job. This is the closest I ever been to starring in a serial drama. The only thing we're missing is a couple cameras and a soundtrack.
At least this won't be boring.
Yeah.
Lucky Montoya owed Captain Hawthorne a considerable debt. I believe this is what humans refer to as payback. Captain, the message contains landing coordinates for a small asteroid in the Charybdis cluster. It was recently registered.
Somehow all these clusters have the same name as Mass Effect. How is that possible? What? No, not even Mass Effect. Sparkville also has this. This is probably a real one.
He was an old friend of Alex Hawthorne's. Lucky Montoya had a statistically significant tendency to encounter situations of extreme danger.
He liked to show off his battle scars. I get the feeling he won't be flashing this one around.
He was also the 4th best paid freelancer in the system. This had less correlation with his measured aptitudes, which rank at or below average, than with a pattern of fortunate circumstances. Based on the condition of the limb, I calculate a 92.7% chance that Mr. Montoya expired from his injuries.
But who would send with this?
There's what humans colloquially call I have transferred the coordinates for Ambrose Manor to your navigation terminal.
Meeting's over, guys. Yeah. Can you stop the music now? Please stop the music. I'm not going to do it right now. I know this is a fucking DLC, so yeah, no, that's. Oh wow, you already changed it. Fucking. Bro, I am not going to do it right now. Sorry. अच्छा, I am on Harlow's bus, you idiot.
Hey, you. Looking for something? Where do you think you're going? Hey, nice form. Good delivery, too. You looking to join Captain Harlow's crew, huh? All right. Got my sights on you.
That machine stole my bits. Why do we even have one of these? Been ages since we had a good haul. No freighters, no jobs.
Well, hey there, hullhead. Clawed your way out of the groundbreaker at long last?
Uh-huh. Oh, sorry, were you expecting me to say something? Maybe a long time no see or a you've aged, old man? I thought you were dead. Or throwing yourself against the walls of some re-education center. It's been 5 years, Clyde. The best thing you can say is, hey there, hullhead?
No, Felix. The best thing I can say to you is yet to come. Also, I'd like to have a word with your captain. So, you took Felix under your wing. Kept him busy.
I don't know what you're trying to say, but he's earned his keep with us.
Hear that, Clyde? I've been making something out of myself.
So long as you haven't been making a fool of yourself. I'm sure Felix has no end of stories to tell of your exploits together. I look forward to catching... I'm afraid I have not made myself clear. Felix may have served you with childlike aplomb, but the day will come when he puts away childish things and serves a higher cause. I'm working on something. Something big. Something the likes of which Halcyon has never seen. And I want Felix to be a part of my initiative. I'm fulfilling a promise I made to the boy, that one day, he and I would change the colony together.
Easy there, Clyde. No one said nothing about throwing in with you. In case you didn't notice, I'm pretty happy where I am.
I'm not asking you to walk away from your captain, Felix, but neither should you allow yourself to be controlled by fear. Change is not to be feared. I brought you here because I want to know where Felix's loyalties lie. When the day of our revolution comes, I want to know that I can rely on him. Everyone in my crew proves their loyalty. I want you to deal with a traitor for me. Name's Trask. Kill him, and bring me proof of his death. His ring... Ratted us out to the board. He's been an informant. Has been for years. When he realized I was onto him, he and his little cadre mutinied. Killed 5 of my own and tucked tail. I don't know where he's hiding, but his wife might. Rosanna. Lives on the groundbreaker last I checked. Rosanna knows my crew by name and face, but you're a stranger to her.
You think so? Maybe we should have a word with Trask. Get his side of the story first.
You'd be wasting your breath bandying words with that traitor. But if it makes you feel... Remember, I want proof. Here, my token. Well enough. It's been a few years, but I still remember a thing or two. You had a chip on your shoulder. You'd argue over anything, and you never back down.
What do you mean, had? And for the record, you never could admit when you lost an argument.
You see what I had to deal with? Let's hear it. A revolution is the work of a lifetime, Cap. Everything you... Hardly. The board is rotting. Entropy is the natural state... The skies around Scylla are curiously absent of patrol ships. Besides, our facility is well armed and located on... Not all revolutions involve bloodshed and fire, Captain. The purest act of rebellion is to... One day, when the board is weak and Halcyon vulnerable, we may claim a peace.
Destination reached. The Groundbreaker.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regular... You mind? Trying to have a moment here. Rufus and I are no longer on speaking terms. I don't know... That's Harlow's mark. No mistake. I don't want any manner of harm befalling Rufus. Not on my account. Hey, easy. I'm just trying to go about my day. Don't need some hired thug glaring me down. Rufus and his band of merry gun hands are hiding out in Emerald Vale. I swear, that's all I know. Not a... Yeah, all right. What else did you need? That's right. Our marriage contract expired some months ago. And seeing how he's technically an outlaw, I wouldn't renew even if I wanted to.
Whoa, what the hell, bro? Man, this is becoming reality.
Precious little. He and Rufus worked together on the Groundbreaker some years back. few years later, Rufus gets a message from an old friend. Something about starting a revolution, something about getting rich. Abandoned his work and... Only that Rufus is in a bad way. He came to see me a little ways back. Said he had to go into hiding. He was here to collect his personals, complain... No, and he was particular about that. Said I was better off not... Appreciate it. No offense meant. Just been a long day is all.
This is Halcyon News. We interrupt your regularly scheduled advertisement for the following story.
Good to see you again.
Rizzo's Strawberry Crunch, Sugar Gel Flakes, and Purple Berry flavored Power Nuggets. Now with 12% more crunch.
are now in orbit above Edgewater, Captain.
Nice and easy. Okay.
freshen up.
Gaia.
What messes with you, boss? Yeah. Now that was fun.
I don't know who you are or why you're prowling around here, but I'm willing to make a guess. You're one of Harlow's gun hands, ain't you? He sent you after me. Right. You just stumbled into a camp full of armed strangers because you wanted directions. How much? A favor, huh? Let me guess. He promised you some reward in the brave new world that was to come. Said he'd make you his lieutenant if you crossed me off. Thing is, you and I are at an impasse. Harlow wants me dead, and I've got no intention of dying. How do I know that I can trust? Yeah, guess that's a fair point. Listen, I don't know what lies Harlow's dripped down your ear, but you'd be a fool to trust him. I never betrayed Harlow. Harlow betrayed all of us. The board's got him in their pocket, been paying him off for years. All that palaver about revolutions? It's a lie.
You're a real piece of work, Trask. Not just a turncoat, but a liar, too.
Go piss up a rope, kid. I've got nothing to prove to you. That's the whole truth. Harlow's just another board asset. A two-bit mercenary wearing a dissident's clothes. Yeah, I've got proof. There's always a paper trail when the board's involved. I chanced upon some correspondence between Harlow and his employer. I don't know that it makes a difference. What was I to do with that evidence? Bring it in front of the board? There's no authority in Halcyon willing to take Harlow to task. Huh. You ain't like other board agents I heard about. You got a functioning spine. You want to confront Harlow yourself? I hid my papers before Harlow chased me out. Back in the middle of the base, there's an old vent in a utility corridor. Because he's for sale. Anything. With Harlow in their pocket, the board had an informant, a pirate, a smuggler. Board sanctioned piracy. Harlow went after the ships the board wanted destroyed, capturing anybody. If we captured you, we'd ransom you. Harlow liked to do the job himself. Gather up the captives on his own ship, vanish. Only that's not what happened. Harlow's been selling his captives off to the board. I don't know where they ended up. Re-education, Tartarus, maybe worse. Take it you've made up your mind. You gonna tell Harlow I'm dead? May as well. I'm never going... Here.
अब होगा मौत का नंगा नाच.
What's the word? So it is.
Hope his gas bag's paying us by the hour.
I hope you never have to discover what it is like, Captain. The relief.
The Trask had some things to say about you. And I've got my own misgivings.
That's a damning accusation. Am I right to presume you have some evidence on hand? Those papers don't prove a thing. We've all done business with the board. They own the whole damn colony. Trask put you up to this. That miserable wretch. He's trying to undermine everything I stand for. You've got a lot of nerve calling me a liar to my face. How should I know? What the hell do I care? Trask was a traitor. I didn't ask you to understand his motives. I asked you to cross him off.
Clyde, look me in the eye and tell me it's not true. Tell me, and I'll believe you.
अबे यार तू अरे.
Don't talk to me like I'm some common criminal, Felix. You're the one on trial, not me. I don't know what kind of poison that snake dripped in your ear, but as far as I'm concerned, you've been compromised.
Oh, you want to die? Fine, can I God made it? Get it? Oh, I can just see them. Not that one. Yeah, get it? What was that? Very brave to God,
again? Huh? What was that?
They're on it.
What's going on over there? What's going on over there?
What was that?
আরে আমাকেও মারতে দে কি পুরো
What was that? What was that?
Make him regret it.
Screwing for Felix.
আর কেউ পুরো এক্সটারমিনেট করে দাও তোদেরকে भैया रोबोटটা ফোকটে চুলকে গেল ठाप ठाप खाप खाप आवाज आ रहा था
Okay. So I was watching this program. Guess who the villain was in this week's Virginia Young Girl Detective? Mr. Bertie Holcomb, that tall baller.
Wow, are you serious? I gotta get a copy of that. This is definitely not how I imagined it'd end. The void's black, water's wet, and Clyde hated the board. That's something I just knew. Now? I don't know. I don't know what to think. No. I've just got a lot on my mind right now. This is, I always looked up to Clyde. The thought that he could be an 8. I just hope I never turn out like that. Selling my I ought to thank you for that. Keeping me on the straight and narrow. You've given me a lot to think about. I'm gonna be mulling over this whole mess for a couple of days. Part of me wishes we'd put Trask in the ground. You know, I think that's just my frustration talking. Thanks for your time, boss.
अरे ये एली तो কোনো পার্সোনাল এইজ পাচ্ছি না।
So, we're just gonna march straight into Byzantium and acquire some rare chemicals right under the board's nose? I sure hope you negotiated for a raise with this Phineas guy. Ever notice how this job gets bigger and more dangerous every time he calls in? He's asking a lot, Captain. Makes me wonder what your angle is. That's one way of looking at it. Another is that he pulled you out of hibernation without your say-so and got you to do his dirty work. Besides, none of this is your mess, so why go dirtying your hands with it? Hate to say it, but the right thing rarely pays well. The board's put a bounty on his head, and they've got more than enough bits to pay it. I've got no love for the corporations, but they know how to take care of their people. The ones at the top, anyway. Exactly. You seem to have a good head on your shoulders, so I probably don't need to tell you this, but look out for yourself. No one else out here will. Don't mention it, just speaking from experience. Anything else? What did I tell you? His down with the man shtick was just an act. No one who yammers that much means half of it. Obviously not, and better for Felix to know that now rather than become the next Trask. Hard for them to get a knife in your back that way. People look out for their own interests. It's a fundamental law of nature, same as gravity and conservation of motion.
বাহ 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 বাহ।
See, this is what I like about you. You may not be from here, but you fit right in. You're not helping this scientist because you think that crackpot will save the colony. You're right. The point is that self-interest is like self-pleasure. No one wants to admit it, but everyone has a hand in it. And speaking of uncomfortable conversations, there's something I've been meaning to get around to.
Yeah. About time.
I haven't actually talked to my folks in a while. Shocking, right?
What folks? Oh,
Anyway, it's probably about time I paid them a visit. Given the dangerous life I lead, they've got to be worried sick. Well, that's the thing.
See, I'm originally from Byzantium, born and raised. I know that probably comes as a big surprise.
Nope.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, well, I was thinking you'd come too. Because it would be fun. Well, they know me as Marilyn the surgeon. They don't know Ellie the pirate sawbones. But you're authentic rabble. True riffraff. When they see you... Come on, I didn't leave home and become a pirate because I enjoy making responsible decisions. Great. And when we get there, draw out your rough edges a bit. If you've got an outfit you haven't washed in a while, maybe one with some blood stains, wear that one. Oh, and help yourself to the good snacks and put your feet on the coffee table. Mother hates that.
अरे
That's the idea. Anything else?
यार लौड़ा.
It's like one of those stuffy art gallery pieces. Looks okay from far off, but once you get close, you realize it's just some mismatched shit everyone's agreed to overpay for. Even the bribes are overpriced. Interesting like a colonoscopy. I trained as a surgeon. More my folks' idea than mine, but I made the best of it. Lots of them, unfortunately. I even sculpted a few. Turns out Byzantines are more concerned with having square shoulders and a good profile than, well, anything else. The real question is, there's all these invisible rules, and everyone spends all their energy just... Call it what you want, it sucks. I was a top-tier surgeon, but I could hardly open a pack of gauze without 10 people signing off first. Easy to say when you've never had to ask permission to take a piss.
Yeah.
People call Byzantium the jewel of Halcyon, but really, it's just paste.
You have to ask for
Everything's
it.
polished and bureaucracy. Take a close look and you'll see it's deader than anywhere else in the colony. Don't trust anyone, don't touch anything, and whatever you do, don't show your teeth when you smile. What, like primals? Nah. People are extremely competitive about cosmetic dentistry. It can get ugly. That's... If there's one thing you could say about Lucky Montoya, he was always at the center of a story. Sure, like Ada said, he was a big name among freelancers. I met him at Lost Hope once. He was buying rounds for everyone and telling a story about one of his jobs. Pretty sure half of it was made up. You ever get the feeling someone's just trying too hard? I'm gonna ignore that bit of subtext, Captain. There was just something about Montoya I couldn't quite trust. He was always the center of a room, and he slapped a lot of backs to stay there. Don't get me wrong, anyone's tolerable when they're paying your tab. Lucky was just better at selling himself than he was at anything else. I'm trying to say that if he screwed this job up, that's on him. He may have had a rep, but you're more capable. Yeah, well, just remember that when we get paid. What's on your mind? from his arm? The decay makes it hard to tell. Could be a lot of things. Torn off by something with big teeth, torn off by something with big claws, torn off by someone with a moderately sharp blade. Or
No,
maybe
he
he just
cut his
got
arm
too
off
close to
himself.
heavy machinery. Sure, something.
Dust accumulation.
अरे
I could probably spend years fixing. It's a shame about what happened to that lucky fellow. Not a word. And I've been sticking my nose in every one of our stately ladies' crannies, stem to stern. Oh, law. That sounds untoward, don't it? That ain't. Point is, Captain, Mr. Hawthorne left all kinds of scribblings behind panels and under consoles, but ain't a lick of it mentioned. So whatever they got up to in the past must have been It sure is lonely out here. Anything could happen. Alrighty. You know...
Good to see you, boss. Didn't I tell you? I'm secretly the chairman's orphan child. That's right. Can't get anything past you, boss. Honestly, before you picked me up, I was living in the back bays. Spent my whole life up there, watching ships roll in and take off. I always wondered when my ship would come. I was what folks on the Groundbreaker call a stowaway. Means I was invisible. Life carried on. Yeah, because I got sick of being ignored. Got sick of being a nobody. So yeah, I made some noise. Got in a couple scraps. Nobody else in the Groundbreaker is going to look after you. So you had to look after yourself. That's exactly what I've been saying. The system doesn't care about the individual. Hauling boxes was... Could be I was overreacting. A better man might have turned the other cheek. Exercised a little bit. But on the other hand... Oh, I can do civilized. Proper civilized. I caught a real lucky break. If you hadn't picked me up, I'd still be back at the docks. Oh yeah. I had a prison cell back on the Groundbreaker. Carved my name on the wall. Now what? Thanks for listening, boss.
আমার সবাইকে জিজ্ঞেস করবো আপনার কি মতামতের ব্যাপারে ম্যাডাম কোথায় গেল এর মতামত হয়ে গেছে এই ও কোথায় গেল এই সারা কথা বুঝতে গেল
I find myself marveling at the complex simplicity of the Fibonacci spiral. I'm sure you know what that's like. Something... Perhaps it's just my judicious nature, but I think we should be careful if we're following up on this luck. I've always felt caution as the best approach when... He sounded lost. It doesn't strike me... I couldn't have said it better myself.
গেল এ তো বলেই না কিছু
Hey, Cap. Oh, that's just Frida. She's the first Rapt I ever... Oh no, it got into our apartment building in Cascadia. stomped right up the stairs and started rooting through our... I grabbed the nearest... That'd have been 20 hours. Me too, to be honest. I'd have thought she'd have started rotting years. Anytime, Cap. Hey, Cap. Sure. Right now, I'm feeling like a canid following it. Like I'm being misled. Hey, Cap.
Battery levels are fully charged. Thank you. Warning!
Hawthorne, if you're getting this, something's happened to me. Got mixed up in some shady business on Gorgon. Should have known better. But I landed on something big. And now this job's an itch I can't stop scratching. There's a whole research compound left to the Sprats.
Welcome back, Cap. How can... Certainly. What would you... Now playing as... It's not... Everyone in... As you wish, Cap. See you soon. We are now in orbit above Byzantium, Captain.
Do you mind? I'm meeting someone. Oh, you mean I'm supposed to be meeting you? Yeah, you're looking to make contact with Minister... Magpie, right? I should warn you, it won't be easy. He spends most of his time in his estate, which is heavily guarded. Whoa, I'm not one of your B&E specialists. I just provide intelligence. Some of the guards hang around Billingsley's House of Inebriation between shifts.
That place is still open? I used to study there during medical school.
Maybe you could do some reconnaissance there. You know, swipe a key while nobody's looking. Just remember, you didn't hear it from me. I've always been fascinated by birds. If you ever research Earth species, there are thousands of them, so colorful and distinct.
All of them trying to eat you, I'd wager.
The other thing about birds, though, is their environmental indicators. Exactly. I started thinking about everything we see around Halcyon, and all the things we don't see. For starters, you rarely come across anyone living in Byzantium who wasn't born here, even though we get ships in all the time.
Trust me, anyone with a lick of sense gets out of here as soon as possible.
But most people don't. In fact, most people stay exactly where they start. Doesn't that seem strange to you? And then there's the way nothing gets fixed. There used to be a suggestion box around here. People would drop ideas in. Sure, that part is. That's why they install shredders in those boxes after all. But one day the shredder broke. No one came to fix it. And since it wasn't working, we didn't have anywhere to file our complaints. So you can imagine how messy things got. At first, management put up an out-of-order sign, but that just seemed to worry people, like they were advertising something wasn't working. They eventually took the whole suggestion box sign down so that people didn't have any expectations about it. But they never fixed it, never replaced it. Doesn't that seem odd to you? I don't know how else people are supposed to complain about things they can't change, but that's not the point.
If things are broken here, of all places, then I'm starting to think there ain't a hope left in this colony.
Things have kept on running this long, right? Or so I used to think. The whole episode made me wonder, if they can't fix something as simple as a suggestion box, what else aren't they fixing? After a while, I got connected with our mutual friend and started using my position here to feed him information when I could. That's it, really. Afraid not. He almost never